There we go. Now we got some audio. Well, what is up, everyone? I hope you are doing great. I am kind of messing around with some live streaming stuff tonight. I got my grumpy English bulldog here in the bed next to me, and she is not happy that I'm not um, doing whatever she wants me to do. So we'll see how long she lasts before she starts yelling at me, but appreciate everyone jumping in. Let me know where you're watching from in the chat if you're watching live. If not, put some team replay love in the comments. And I just got back this past week from let me mess with my audio real quick here. I set up a new profile in Ecamm, so just trying to make sure everything is good. So I just got back from creator camp. So Ecamm has a creator camp. That's what this was all about. Actually, hold on. Let me do my fun. Oh, do I have a fun desk shot? There we go. So Ecamm creator camp, just got back from it. And it was super amounts of fun. And so I am lucky, I guess, that Ecamm has invited me 2 years in a row to be a part of their creator camp. Which, if you're not familiar with Ecamm Live is a live streaming software. It's actually the software I use to do everything that you see on my screen. So if I'm pulling in overlays, if I have the little scroll troll ticky thing on the bottom, which I don't really know why that thing leaves such a big gap. Anyway, I don't. I like spent way too much time trying to figure that out. But anyway, so Ecamm, I've been using Ecamm for I think since 2019. I've been a customer. So what is that? 6 years. And I've done all kinds of stuff with Ecamm. I've done live shows, I've done podcast recordings, I've done over 100 product demo videos with Ecamm Live. I have done all kinds of craziness. I've done vertical video, horizontal video. I've just about done everything that you could think of. I've done a daily live podcast where I had all kinds of stuff flying in and out of the screen. I've done all kinds of stuff with Ecamm, and the reason why I went with Ecamm is because they were like a Mac only software, and I'm a Mac user, so I was really just looking for something that was easy, that was very simple for me to use. So that's what Ecamm is. It's a live streaming software. Also, you can do recorded video on it, and I shoot all my stuff what you call live to drive, and that is what has enabled me to create such a successful business in the Amazon space by doing these product demo videos super quick. So what's up, Jillian Roberts? Here we go. Watching live with Doc on our way to the airport. All right. We love you, Billy. Here we go. Where did these comments pop in at? I just so I don't, I don't even know. We just drag and drop it. I'm sure if I drag and drop it somewhere, here we go. I didn't think about comments because I never get anyone watching live. So anyway, so Ecamm has been awesome, and so I spent a week in where's that even going to? Anyway, I spent a week in New Hampshire. So I flew from Puerto Rico to Boston, or actually, yeah, did I fly to Boston? Yeah, no, I flew from Puerto Rico to New York to Boston, then took an hour drive to New Hampshire and get to spend some time with really just some incredible content creators. And I was telling somebody this the other day. What I really love about Ecamm's camp, it's not really a conference, it's really a camp. They kind of keep it small with purpose. And, you learn so much from so many different people. So a lot of the stuff that's happening on the screen right now wasn't really because I mean, I've known this stuff. I've been in TV production before. I've been, worked out of studio and lower thirds and all that kind of stuff. Is very important to guide your audience. But kind of being someone who doesn't go live very often, I was like, yeah, what's the big deal? It probably doesn't really matter that much. And yet, at this conference, there's a guy by the name of Brandon Washington, and he was showing us his live show, and he was showing us the lower third that was just there simply to guide his audience along the way of what they're talking about when people jump in live, instead of people going, "Hey, what's up? What are you talking about?" Well, now it's right here. There it is, right there. I don't know where I'm. I was like over here somewhere, but right there it is. That's Ecamm Creator Camp. That's what I'm talking about. This is where I learned this from, or was really reminded of it, and then just like solidified the importance of it. It's like I can guide my audience with this. So if anybody jumps in now, they go, "Wow, what the crap is this guy talking about?" Well, I'm talking about Ecamm Creator Camp, and I'm talking about the software a little bit. So you can get your 14-day trial. Go to ecamm.com. It is Mac only. If you're Windows, get a Mac. What are we doing? It's 2025, baby. Let's go. Get on with it. And so anyway, so you can check that out. That's not an affiliate link. I have an affiliate link somewhere. I don't know what to do with it. But anyway, if you do sign up, let me know. I'll tell Ecamm, hey, I got this person sign up, and I'm sure you'll be calling me for customer service questions. Because that's what everyone does. If they sign up with my affiliate link, then they think, oh my God, this guy must be customer service. No, I'm happy to help. What is up, Paul? Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for jumping in. Let me move some stuff around. And so, anyway, so I was inspired by Brandon's presentation. I don't know where I'm going to put these comments. Maybe I'll just put them up here somewhere, and I think they disappear. Who else is on here? Matt Haas. Matt Haas, you're live. Yeah, Matt, I am. Get a Mac. Don't look back. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Paul. Get a Mac and don't look back. Okay, these comments are driving me nuts. I don't know where to put them. I'm going to put them here somewhere. I actually saw, so, in doing this stuff. Okay, so anyway, so I've been a part of Ecamm for about 6 years. I was podcasting with it first, and it was awesome because I would set up all these lower thirds, but it really, even lower thirds back then, I wasn't really using them the way you could potentially do it in a live show. So anyway, now the whole point is if somebody jumps in, I'm talking about Ecamm Creator Camp and how awesome it was. And my friend Matt Haas is in the audience, and he and I and our friend Mary Lou, we were able to be camp counselors. So kind of how they did it was they broke everyone up into three different categories. So I was a presenter, and so there's certain, there's certain like, I don't know, like certain personality types, I guess, or something where anyway, the way I create content is more of a presenter. Obviously, you can see me floundering around on a live show. I didn't do much planning, which Matt would have done because Matt is a planner. And then Mary Lou, she represented the producers. And so everyone got one of these fancy workbooks. And somehow I think Matt and Mary Lou got one of each. And I didn't think to be a thief, Matt, and steal the other two, which I maybe should have. But anyway, they did a beautiful job doing these workbooks. So the whole time you could have filled it out. Now mine's not completely filled out because I was helping others because I was a camp counselor. And then you can see my big ugly mug here for the presenters. So I kind of represented the presenters. And then it showed like my studio setup and all this stuff. I mean, just a super, super nice book. And there's like a funny little avatar of my big head in there going, ah, right there. Oh, let's see. I know how cameras work, I promise. There you go. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, so they did a really good book making everyone feel special, especially the camp counselors. So a couple things. It was awesome because every session is kind of like in this book, and it's outlined inside of the manual here, inside of this workbook. And you just had all kinds of different speakers. I'll bring them up now so you can see all these different speakers. I mean, and they had all kinds of people. So they had Kat Moleville. I'm butchering it. Sorry, Kat. I love you, Kat. It was awesome. And she was really talking about finding your momentum, finding your voice, getting to know yourself, being aware of who you are and how you create, and lean into that thing. And so that's one thing that I really, really love and really, really resonate with. What's up, my guy, Chris Giles? Sorry, these comments are all over the place. What's up, Chris? What's up, Paul Duncan? Paul Duncan in the house, Mr. Moderator. What is up? Let's see. Hey, I asked if if I could have three. Oh, okay, Matt. Yeah, sure you did. Katie's so nice. She would have let you steal them. You thief. No, I'm just kidding. Matt, I gave Matt so much crap at Creator Camp. I'm surprised he even talked. I'm surprised he's even here anymore. So anyway, so you had Kat, and then you had Phil. So Phil Palin runs a very successful content creation business, and I really pulled a lot from his session. And it was really like he and I have the same brain when it comes to just the way that we operate, of creating content. It's very systematic approach. We are primarily working with brands, and we're like just a very good system, just over and over and over. So we had a really good chat even after his session, and really kind of it was very similar, way different markets, way different pricing tiers and things like that. Which I'm not. I told myself before I did this live show, I'm not going to talk about Amazon. I'm not going to talk about brand deals, even though it is big Prime Day deal day or something. We'll talk about that. But anyway, so then you have Phil, and then you have my guy Jeff. My guy Jeff crushes it. Jeff C. Just talking about all these cool ways that you can use AI. Now, AI is like a big topic. Everyone's talking about it seemingly, but he really brought a different perspective from creator perspective. Like, how can you use this? And there was even one point there was I can't remember. I'll think about what he one thing that he said that like really just had me thinking, different. Who else we got here? So I'll run through these and just kind of tell you a little bit what I got from each one. So Liz Wilcox, I'm a huge fan of hers. She has built an amazing community. So one, I'm just in awe of the community she's built. I'm in awe of the community that she's built with email, and I'm in awe of the amount of revenue that her business makes, which I won't put it out in the open. I mean, I'm sure she does. She probably doesn't care. But anyway, she crushes it. She does amazing. And she's just like true to who she is and does a phenomenal job at building community and selling an email and just like helping people grow their list, grow their influence. And she almost like takes the approach of, you know, I guess like forget about all this social media stuff, forget about all this YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Like, build your list, build your thing, which we hear that a lot, but a lot of people we hear it from, they're not doing it. She's doing it. So if you want to learn how to build some email lists, um, and then Loria, our good friend Loria from Live Streaming Pros. Can you see this? I'm butchering this whole thing. She is probably one of my favorite people. I followed her since the beginning of my live streaming days. So I started following live streaming pros a long time ago, and she's the person who I got the term live to drive from. So I use Ecamm and I record live to drive. So if I'm switching scenes back and forth and I'm recording, I'm trying to take everything in like one take, maybe two takes, because you can't see it. But I got a pile of product over here, and I can't spend 2 hours shooting video and editing video for every single deal that I do because I wouldn't make any money. And so when I learned about this concept of like live to drive and not just in the live streaming aspect of it, totally changed the game for me. So Loria was there. She's talking about studio, and then she actually did like an entire Ecamm like live show live on stage. So she had this Osbot camera. It was following her around. She was switching scenes, and it was just sick. So it was like this live demonstration of Ecamm, of how she used it, talking about studios, talking about different studio builds, and it was really cool to be a part of that and just like start thinking differently, even about my studio, future studios, things like that. So took a lot from Loria. She's awesome. And then my guy Brandon Washington, I probably took so much from him because one, everything you see on the screen was inspired by him. Like, hey, you're building this community. People are asking for your to to you're asking people for their attention. Rather, they're coming on, they're watching you live. Let them know what you're talking about, which is right here. Like, I'm talking about Ecamm's Creator Camp, and so it was just like this simple reminder of like, make it easy for people, make it easy for people to be a part of the conversation, to jump into the mix, and like, don't make it weird, don't make it odd, don't have to reset all the time. Like, people jump in, they know what you're talking about, it's in the lower thirds. And then he had like this little ticker going across the bottom, which if anybody in the Ecamm community can tell me how to make that seamless instead of that big like delay. I've copy and pasted 1,000 times in that little box. Anyway, if you know what's up, then let me know. So anyway, so then he has like this little news ticker, and you can see mine. It's like, join my deal makers community. Go to billythorpe.live. Do you have a question? Ask it in the chat. I should probably put comments, but whatever. And then check out some free resources. So whatever you want people to know, this is continually going on and on and on and on. So anyhow, got a lot from him. One of the most important things I got from him that I'm gonna talk about Lou I'm messing up all these names. I did not practice. I'm not a planner. But one thing I took from Brandon that I love is this shot right here. Boom. I do product demo videos. Now, this is a desk shot, and Brandon's shot that he showed on the presentation, he had a light which it had like buttons and stuff. So he was like showing how to push the button. And he was saying, like, yeah, I use this in Ecamm and it's great. And that's how I can show up close details of products. Now, I have I've had three Sony ZV-E10s forever. I actually had four at one point, and I sold one, but I've been hanging on to this third one because I'm like, there is something I'm going to do with this camera. And I've tried every shot you can think of. I've tried side shots, and typically it just doesn't work out because my desk, you can't see it. But my little ADHD brain, everything goes on top. So I know where it's all at. So it's all on top. So, um, that shot would always show stuff. But then when I saw Brandon's shot, I'm like, what am I doing? I can just simply do this shot right here. Now, you do get a little bit of my stomach, which, but if you have a product in front of you and it's whatever, it looks so sick. And I'm like, okay, that is going to bring some value to my clients because we're always looking for different ways to continue the workflow but add value to the videos that I do because I'm doing one take shots. So anyway, I had a ton of fun with it today. I was pulling stuff out and doing that shot and everything else. So it looks good. Let me say hi to some people here who've jumped in. What's up, my guy Rich? Good to see you. We got Terry. Terry, what is going on? Good to see you, Terry. Miss you on Whatnot. Maybe I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna maybe try to do a Whatnot show from here. So let's keep looking. Who else is over here? What's up, my guy Kirk Nugent? What's up? Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. So then let's jump over, and I'm talking about the speakers and what I got from Creator Camp, and then we'll move on to something else. But I just want to give these guys their flowers. Now here's my guy Lou, which I butchered his name. I'm butchering everybody's name. But Lou is old school podcaster, been doing it since the beginning of time, of podcast time, I should say. And man, he has built just an incredible community with his content. And what I loved about it is a lot of times when I hear people talk about building communities, and probably even sometimes myself, it's always about like the bag, get the money, get the what's the low ticket, high ticket, round ticket, your ticket, my ticket, whatever. But when I heard Lou talk about it, he's really genuine in like, I want to build something that people like really want to be a part of, that they feel like family, that they feel like, and I know that term's thrown around kind of loose, but it's like you could tell just by his presentation, it was like very meaningful. It's and very intentional in even whatever his niche is, which I think is in the Disney world or Disney, in the Disney, in the Disney section of the world, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, you could really tell like he is there to really grow this thing, and he has a big audience and he has a big community, and they do events together and he do in-person events, and I'm like, oh dude, that is so cool. Like, we're at an in-person event with Ecamm, but he's talking about doing this Disney cruise and all this stuff with these people, and I'm like, man, that's the goals. That's goals, like to really have a large community that you want to do events with, do life with, and I think that was so fun. So all right, what do we got? We got Bez, Baz. Don't butcher. These comments are driving me nuts. Let me see. Hold on. What are you saying? Something about Bad Bunny, I'm sure. Don't butcher Bad Bunny. Okay. I'm gonna let everybody else do that. I like Bad Bunny. What's up? What is up, Matt? Good to see you. Matt, I watched your recap video of Ecamm's Creator Camp, and it was much better than what I'm doing. But I loved it, man. Glad you got so much out of it. And thanks for the shout out in the video as well. And so anyhow, that was Creator Camp. Super amounts of fun. I came home and started taking immediate action. Now, I'm not in love with what I have going on. Even what I get going on the screen and everything else, I'm not really in love with it. But it's a work in progress, and I think this is the important thing for myself and for other people, and no matter what industry you're in, if it's content creation or if it's sales or whatever, if you go to an event and you're inspired by something, come home and just start taking action because this can all get better, right? Like this is very basic, very elementary. It can be as complicated as it wants to be, or it can be as easy as it wants to be. And so I think if you come home and you start taking action, you start moving the needle, that's really all that matters. So anyway, so Creator Camp was awesome. They've announced the dates for next year to the people who were there, and I think we even got an email to the people who were there where we could maybe even sign up early. So I'm excited for that. And I think it's the same weekend, maybe a day early. I don't know what the dates were. Does it say on here? No. Anyway, there's October, no, September 27th, I believe, next year. So anyway, keep an eye out. Keep if you get your email going, check that out. Okay, so here's another thing I'll tell you about camp real quick. They got us well, they had these Owala tumblers, which I'm a huge fan of Owala. Like I already had a 40 ounce. This is a 32 ounce. And they gave us all these super sweet stickers. Of course, I just put them all over this bottle and I came home, switched out the lid so it'll match all the red stickers. Anyway, so I like fully customized mine. But yeah, pretty cool little camp goodie there. And they gave out all kinds of goodies. And there's like Squircle the Squirrel. If you want to see that, go check out Matt Hawes' show. And if you see that squirrel on screen, put Squircle in the chat, and I think you get entered to win something if I remember right. Bez says he wish he could have won. Me too, Bez. Me too. So anyway, Creator Camp was awesome. Tons of goodies. They play Family Feud, which was pretty sick. Like that was awesome. I'm not gonna recite my favorite moment from Family Feud, but if you know, you know. Okay. Anyway, let me get my composure here. Okay. So anyway, super amounts of fun. So Family Feud was awesome. The food was great, even though I'm doing a keto diet. Or I'm going to say low carb. I don't want anybody to get offended and call my doctor. I'm doing a low carb, low carb, moderate protein, high fat diet, or high fat plan, I should say. And man, it was so hard for me to stay on it. I started doing that like 2 weeks before I went and didn't think about it. And then I get there and I'm like, oh my God, all this food is great. And New Hampshire is just like tater tot country. I have never seen so many tater tots in my entire life. Like, what are you guys doing up there? Every burger came with a tater tot. So, if I got a burger, I had to rip the bun off and give the tater tots away. But there's like tater tots. It was like tater tots were the French fries, which I mean, I love tater tots, but I was just anyway, I'm not going to labor on my tater tot shockedness, but I was pretty shocked by the amount of tater tots that was in New Hampshire. So that's a wrap on a Creator Camp. So much fun. No, one more thing. I'm sorry, I lied. So the last night there was an after party after the con is like the last thing. It was the kickoff. Oh yeah, I got two stories. Okay, so it was the karaoke night, which was awesome. And there was some liquid courage there, which I did not partake in. I might have had one. I might have had one drink because it was like whiskey or something, but I can't. On doing keto, it'd take me to the moon. Like I'd have been in jail or something. So anyway, I was just having a blast. And first of all, if you are at Ecamm and you work at Ecamm, I'm pretty sure, like, if you ever want to work there and fill out an application, it's probably going to say, like, do you crush at karaoke? Yes or no. If you don't crush at karaoke, you're probably not getting the job because every person on the Ecamm staff crushed it. I mean, they crushed it. A couple of pro singers, a couple of just like super fun. I mean, but everybody who went up there absolutely crushed it. So it was a lot of fun. And even the owners of Ecamm, Ken and Glenn, they had a lot of fun. What's up, Anna? Good to see you. What's up, Anna Hill? Good to see you. So the the founders of Ecamm Creator Camp, which was hilarious because I asked them early in the night, "Hey, are you guys gonna sing?" And they're like, "Nah." I think both of them, if I remember correctly, they were just like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that. You guys have fun." And then a couple hours later, they're crushing it. um, and so anyway, my plane the next morning was scheduled to leave like wicked early. So my pickup at my hotel was at 3:30 in the morning. And so I'm at like 8 o'clock at this karaoke party. It runs from like 7 to 10. I'm about 8 o'clock and I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go get in bed and and just gotta get in bed because I gotta get up early. And dude, I did not leave that place until like 10 o'clock, like 10:05 or whatever. Every single time that I was gonna leave, somebody else was getting up to sing, and I'm just like, I can't leave. I have to see this. So I didn't sing, but I cheered so loud. I just now got my voice back today. So you guys, yeah, Paul, you dodged that. Dude, it's so funny. Oh man. Anyway, so that was great. So my plane was like my driver was leaving at like 3:30 in the morning. And so I'm like, all right. So I get back to the hotel. I get settled down. Of course, by the time I get all my stuff ready and feel confident enough to like lay down and go to sleep, it's pretty late. It's like midnight. And so I get my alarm set for like 2:30 so I can get up, take a shower, have like a decent travel day. Well, I wake up at like 3:50 to my phone just buzzing, which I had a roommate, old Kirk was my roommate. We're both dead to the world, I guess. And so, dude, and Matt, this is the story I was going to tell you. And so, my phone is ringing, and I answer, and it's this guy Mike, and he's like, "Hey, you know, with the northern personality, you're gonna make me late for everything else. Get out of here," whatever. So, dude, I'm scrambling, no shower. I think I barely changed clothes, maybe threw some deodorant on, brush my teeth real quick. I run down as fast as I can through the lobby. Of course, there's just a million people in the lobby for whatever reason at 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, where do all these people come from? So I'm like busting through their luggage, trying to get my luggage to the car. And I throw my luggage in the car and I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm apologizing just for like the first 10 minutes. That's all I do. I'm like, my southern personality was coming out and just like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And so, yeah, Paul, I wish you would have came knocking on my door and knocked on my head. I hope I didn't cause any problems, by the way. But I apologize profusely to our friend Mike. And so we're driving down the road, and he's like reassuring me, "You're gonna get to your flight on time. Don't worry about it. It might set me back a few minutes for other people, but it's gonna work out." However, the closer we kept, going toward the airport, I hear him say, he's looking at his calendar for his next pickup, which I think was Loria, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna make it." And I'm in the back seat. I barely can even see. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know if I got all my stuff. I'm sweaty. I'm just like, I don't even know. And he's like, "It's time for plan B." And I'm like, "What is plan B, dude? Like, we're going to the airport. What is plan B? Like, I don't there's no plan B. Just like help me." And so he's like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull over in this next town called Petri Dish or whatever. I don't even know what the town is called, like P Nanny or something. I don't even know." And that's probably not it. But and so I'm over here like, all right, what are we gonna do when we pull over? He's like, "You're gonna call an Uber." So sure enough, I get dropped off in the middle of the night. I think it's like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I haven't used Uber. I mean, I live on an island. I haven't used Uber in like probably 2 years. Oh, Peabody. There we go. Yeah. And so I haven't used Uber forever. I'm like, okay. So I'm like downloading it, whatever. So I get a driver out there. And yeah, man, I just got dropped off at like a Hampton Inn. And he's like, "Good luck, dude. You'll make it if you can get an Uber." So that was my travel day. So yeah, it was it was wild, but I made it. I got through, security. Thank God for TSA pre-check. That saved me a little bit of time. But yeah, it was wild. But it was all worth it. I would do it again to make sure I'm at that karaoke party. What's up, Kirk? Yeah. Uh, and then, with all the government shutdown and all the talk about TSA, I'm like, bro, I live on an island. I'm swimming home if this doesn't work out. So, oh my God. Yeah, he did. He dropped me off at a hotel. Oh man. Yeah, it was good. Oh, let me get a drink of water. Okay. That story is probably not as funny as I'm laughing, but it was pretty funny. Dude, that trip to the airport, it was a hot mess. But luckily I was traveling alone and all that fun. There's a lot of pros to it. Anyway, so that is my creator camp Ecamm story. Next time I am at any event flying anywhere, I am not going to fly early flights. I don't care if I get to drive 2 hours, different ways. Like, I'm not going to fly at 4. I mean, I don't even, it wasn't even really that early. It's probably like a 6 a.m. flight, 6:30, something like that, 7 maybe. I don't even know. Anyway, I've talked about this way longer. So let's see what else we got going on. Oh, and real quick, be sure to check this little ticker. And by the way, if you're an Ecamm user, you see how this just ends and there's like this big white waiting spot. If you know how to get rid of that, please let me know. I have copy and pasted that same 5 things in there like 1,000 times. So anyway, that's what I got going on there. So while everyone's here, real quick, I'll promote this. I am doing a shoppable content meetup this Thursday in 2 days from now, October 9th at 7 p.m. 6 Central. I don't know why I didn't put PM there. Obviously, I'm not waking up and doing that at 7 a.m. And you can just register. It's just billythorpe.live/resources, and you'll see it. It's like the first event on there. And I have a couple other things on there too if you're interested. And it's totally free. You can come. When I was at Ecamm's creator camp, I did a couple like little meetups about the Amazon influencer program, shoppable content, live selling, and just did some Q&A stuff there. And it was really awesome, but not everyone got to join. So I've promoted it to the camp. And then if anybody else wants to join, if you want to share this, you're more than welcome to share it as well in your groups, or if you know some content creators, especially like Ecamm users. Like if people are using Ecamm, I think it's one of the best ways to kind of create. And our friend Matt Hawes in the audience here, he has done this. Like, he has his things going on. He has multiple YouTube channels. He has his gig. He has his job. He has everything going on that he already does. And then he uses his skill set to create an additional stream of revenue that's entirely separate from everything that he has going on. So it's not a all in type of thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to do Amazon or live shopping or live selling, and I have to be. It's got to be who I am and what I do all over the place. Doesn't really necessarily have to be that way. You can just leverage your skill set to create this additional source of revenue. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to jump into the shoppable content meetup that is going on October 9th. I'm just thinking about that. I'm just sweating thinking about getting up at 3:50 in the morning and running. Anyway, October 9th, 7 p.m. Go sign up, billythorpe.live/resources. You can see the event there. You just fill out your name and the email, and it will shoot you the Zoom link. All right, what else we got going on here? I had something else. Prime big deal days. So if you are an Amazon shopper, you've probably seen this all over the internet. So go check it out. And I just want to make one request to you, that if you see an Amazon influencer video, just watch it before you buy. It costs you no additional cash at all. Just watch it. If you're going to buy the product anyway, just watch that video and then make your purchase, and learn something from the video, hopefully, if they've done a good job. And this is where myself and Matt and several other people in my community, they are, they are rocking and rolling and making these videos. We work hard to do that. And I have some conspiracies around Prime Days for us. I'm not going to mention those, but I'll mention them privately to my community. But yeah, just show some love. Show some love to the influencers. And just because I have this scene queued up, I think I'm going to share it. I think. Maybe I don't have this. Ah, shucks. I thought I had a screen share. Anyway, I was going to share my storefront with you, but it doesn't matter. And show you. Let me do. Yeah, let me just find it. Let me find. Because that is a big opportunity for content creators, and you can support other people doing that again. Billy, you lost your voice again. Wait, you guys can't hear me at all? I'm muted. Oh, I just built. I just built this profile, so no audio still. Hold on, let me give it a second. Let me give it a second. Dude, don't tell me that. This happened yesterday. Oh, you can now. Okay. Yeah, it was that scene was muted. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with oil. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Thanks, Kurt. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Matt. That's what happens. I just muted the scene. I just built these scenes out. So, anyway, I was just telling you where you can find the videos for. Oh my god, I don't know if that would play through or not. But anyway, you can see all the videos. And I said, like right here, you can see my video says Billy Thorpe. And you just make sure you watch that one and only that one, especially if you're shopping for this wireless meat thermometer. So anyway, that's all I was saying. Support some Amazon influencers right now on Prime Day or Big Prime Deal Days or Big Deal Prime Days or Prime Big Deal Days. Who comes up with this stuff? All right, cool. Now, what else I got going on? I think that's it. So, a part of the thing that our friend Brandon Washington said was like creating these kinds of. I gotta get my hands right. There we go. Creating these kind of things to let people know who just jump in. Like, what are we talking about? And so, a part of that is doing a little bit of pre-planning. So, I'm not very much a planner. I am one a person who just wants to jump on and go. But just this practice alone, kind of like had me thinking, like, okay, what are the things that you want to, talk about when you are, going live and start to make these little slides, or not even slides, like little lower thirds. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. It's kept me focused. I'm glad I got to share Ecamm with you, with you guys. And once again, if you want to try Ecamm, if you're a Mac user, You go to ecamm.com, and I think they got a 14-day trial. I don't have my affiliate link. I don't know where it's at. But anyhow, it's all good because I love what those guys do, and they are awesome. And Matt says, good thing you know a good planner. That's right. Matt is probably one of the best planners I've seen. He was at Ecamm Creator Camp. I mean, just throwing down some knowledge about like planning and organizing and file management. I'm talking words I've never heard before, where I'm just like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But it was pretty cool and a lot of fun to see people in their element. What is up, Johnny E Tribe? What's up, Johnny? Man, missed you. Wish you could have been there. What happened? I was waiting on you. I was just waiting in the lobby at the hotel every night. Just like, where's Johnny? Where's he at? All right, cool. All right. There we go. Cool. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for jumping in and letting me practice my live streaming capabilities. And if you know how to fix that ticker, and maybe it's not broken. Maybe this is how tickers work. I don't really ever use them, but there's just like this big long gap at the end of that thing. And this is all just like hodgepodge together. There's like several shapes right there to like cover up that ticker because it goes all the way across the screen. If you know how to resize that, that would be great too. But anyway, so yeah, I had a lot of fun. Creator Camp was awesome. Big day, Prime Day, Deals Day, whatever. It's gonna be awesome. And I've just been making some videos today, crushing it out, and that's it. That's all I've been doing. It doesn't look as good as yours, Kirk. I was looking at your show. I bought some stuff from Loria. It was good. I just gotta find my internet style. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is my internet style. I think I look like my mom. Pretty sure. This is what my, if I had like a cigarette right now, I'd look like my Barely, get in here and clean the dishes, damn it. I'm sick of you. And get out of my face. Go outside and play. That's how we grew up in the 90s, baby. All right. I'm going to get in trouble with my mom. She'll jump on here. She'll watch the replay. She's like, Linda, Bobby Las Vegas, baby. We make money, make money, make money. All right. You guys have been great. Appreciate you. And just remember, it's all about the progress over perfection. All right. So go out there, crush it. Don't forget about my meetup coming up on October 9th, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central. If you create content, or maybe you've never even heard of live selling or shoppable content, or maybe you own a retail store or an e-commerce store and you want to figure out how to be unique in a very busy market. Just had this conversation with somebody the other day, and I said, hey, I think there's a good opportunity for you to do something that no one else in your industry is doing. And that is showing up on a live stream just like this, engaging one-to-many, and learning the art of live selling. So be there, shoppable content. Here, I'm going to figure out which hand it is. This hand right here. And I'm going to go back to this one because remember, it's progress over perfection. But speaking of perfection, this was the hotel key card for Ecamm Creator Camp. How sick was that? I'm talking attention to detail wins every time. Those guys rock. I appreciate their partnership. And more than anything, I love the people, love the community, and I love all the software updates that are coming out. So until next time, go hug your mamas, and we'll see you later. I need some cool music. Cue the music, please. That's not going to work. There's no music playing. Is it playing now? I really can't. I got to do better. See you guys.